Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's service. I am Tom Yamaguchi, and I'll be your chairperson for this morning's service. We'll begin this morning's service with a golden chain. Put your hands together. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I'll be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure, beautiful thoughts, say pure, beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Our Gatha this morning will be Hotoke-sama. Materials for this morning's service were included in the email for the service.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Amanda Sama.
Sankhya 1. 人間受け方し今すでに行く。仏法聞き方し今すでに行く。 この身根性に向かってどせすんば、さらにいずれの章に向かってか、この身ほどせん、大衆もろともに指針に参謀に消えし立てまつるべし。自ら仏に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは史上とともに大道を体現している上御参。自ら法に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは史上とともに深く共造にいて知恵海のごとくならん。自ら法に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは史上とともに大衆を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人事未明の方は百千万号にもあいことかたし、我います検問し実すること得たり、願わくは願わくば如来の詩人次をよし立てまつらん。Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us fervently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I put my faith in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of thy way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves thy supreme will. I put my faith in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of thy doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I put my faith in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in thy life of harmony, in the spirit of universal family, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
We will now have our Dharma message this morning from Reverend George.
Would you please join me in Kansho meditation? Shinran Shonin, one of the hymns of the Pure Land Master. My eyes, being hindered by the blind passion, I cannot perceive the light that embraces me. Yet the great compassion of the Amida Buddha, without tiring, illumines me always. Shinran. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Good morning, everyone. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Reverend Kory Sensei is with the family attending the conference in the hot, nice weather in Hawaii, the family vacation, and he really deserved for this the vacation. So to fill in his duty, the temple asked George Matsubayashi to be with you this morning. And also next Sunday, whether you like it or not, but I will be joining you next Sunday too. And as I start joining this morning service, I couldn't help but remember all their parents of those who are working so hard today. Not only parents, their grandparents. First, Dr. Tom Yamaguchi. His Japanese is very good. No? I asked him to please help me, so you do the Japanese reading the Rokuharamitsu and Sankiemon, but he said, I'm glad to do that. I learned my Japanese from my grandparents. The Dr. Tom's father, the optometrist, Dr. Ken Yamaguchi, after a very successful career being as the optometrist, as some of you may know, Dr. Shishino, the classmate in the optometry school, they are very close friends. Dr. Shishino had the clinic here in Venice for a long time. Dr. Tom Yamaguchi changed his occupation at the primal time. Dr. Tom was at the still USC getting the degrees. And children are still in a college. But he decided to become the minister, so he went back to Japan and stayed in Japan to study to become the Buddhist priest. And 1975, he came back to Japan and assigned to the Nishonganji, where I was young minister. He was way older than I am, but because I became the minister first, I have to be the one who stayed with Dr. Yamaguchi to start doing the Sankiemon, stuff like that, just like Dr. Tom did this morning. Rinji Gatha immersed by listening to Dr. Tom Yamaguchi, I can't help but son is better than his father. When he first came back from Japan, he was so nervous, he couldn't do much as the way that he wanted. Talking about Mr. Tom Nakagiri, I know Grandma Saya Nakagiri and Father Mitsugi Nakagiri. They opened up their own private home to host the family Dharma gathering here at the Benisonganji group people. But 6 families opened up their home because we didn't have this temple. And here comes another president, vice president, Mr. Ito, John Ito. His grandfather, Mr. Ito, is the one right after the war, he became the president of the Buddhist Church of America for 7 consecutive years. And during his term, he helped to have up the fundraising throughout the United States and Japan to establish Institute of Buddhist Study Center in Berkeley, California. Now, second, third generation of the people that are working. And also today we have Mr. Ranji working hard. And he has all kind of different pictures. First, I saw his screen. The dentist is working his teeth. And oh my, I need to have the teeth too. And he had another picture of my eyes walking, go like that. And then, but still that's a picture. I remember his father-in-law, Mr. Uematsu, became the chairperson for the Chairman fundraising, Chairman dinner. They really worked hard, Mr. Uematsu. And Mr. Ranji is the one who became the first non-Japanese, what they call American, but being as a Chinese American, led us the Songdanji as the temple president. And not only that, he's going to lead us in the southern district, the Kansho of Shinto. So those are the things that I can see in their back. The Shindan Shonin's words say that my eyes being hindered by the human blind passions cannot perceive the light that embraces me. Yet, the great light of compassion of Amida Buddha untiringly, always shining upon, illumines all of us day and night. Those are the words, something that you do not see, but still there. Amida's compassion, Shindan Shonin, is the one, because of my blind compassion and the delusion of human being, I cannot see that I am in the good hands of Amida Buddha. But still, without me knowing or not, Amida's compassion always shining upon all of us. Every day, every morning, especially now, we stayed home more or less. Across the street from the temple, when I woke up, open the door, I see the temple building, Benediction. I cannot help but putting my hands together in Kansho, bow my head to the temple. You can see the building of the Hondo, the temple building, but you cannot see something that is behind that helped our temple building to become the Buddha Nembutsu Sangha. Those spirit and all the hard work and contributions of our Issei, Nisei, Sansei contribution. Something that you don't see, but still there. And oftentimes we do not show much appreciation. We take so many things for granted. The temple building itself, existing here 1960. 1980, we built the upstairs Hondo, and now it's so beautifully you can see from the outside. But when I first came 1965 to this temple, our temple building was just like apartment. There's nothing upstairs. So when I first came, where's the temple? I asked the people, oh, that's a temple. Looks like apartment. Next to the big apartment, yeah, across the parking lot. So I thought it's a temple, it's not the temple, but apartment building. But all these years, since 1960, our temple members worked so hard to bring this temple to such a beautiful Nembutsu Sangha. This is what Shindan Shonin said. Although I cannot see it, but without myself be able to see it, there is something behind. But something behind you cannot see it, but does not mean that there's no existence. Something that you cannot see from your own physical life still there, and most of the time that's most important. So Shindan Shonin, the words, embraces myself. I am not really always aware of that fact. Buddha's compassion does not forsake anyone. Every single sentient beings, without exception, Amida Buddha's compassion embraces all human beings, not only human beings, or sentient beings and then beings. So we are truly grateful, but we cannot see it. So the book that I'd like to introduce to you, it says Misuzu, Kaneko Misuzu, Word of the Nembutsu. This young lady was born in Yamaguchi, Japan, and when she was 26, she took her life away, but she was the most beautiful poet. Always writes so beautiful poem. And one of the beautiful poem that I can see is I'd like to share with you this morning to read it. Kaneko Misuzu, Stars and Dandelion, Existence of the Things that Cannot Be Seen, Still There. Far up in the sky, like pebbles at the bottom of the ocean that cannot be seen, stars that cannot be seen at noontime, patiently await the coming of the night, the evening. Although they cannot be seen during the daytime, they are there. Things that cannot be seen still to exist. The scattered dandelions cling to the cracks of the tile. Their strong roots silently hiding till spring. But although they cannot be seen, they are there. Things that cannot be seen still do exist. It's a beautiful word, something that you don't see, still there. So you cannot deny those things are not there. Behind something that we can see, there's always something, most important thing that is, according to Shinran Swami, that's the light of compassion, wisdom of Amida Buddha, and all the people that surrounded me, generations after generations. And the same Kaneko Misuzu put this beautiful poem again, also say that, 朝焼け小焼けだ、大量だ、大葉イワシの大量だ、浜は祭りのようだけど、海の中では何万のイワシの弔いするだろう。How exciting! It is a big catch, a huge catch of the over sardines. The show is filled with activities, just like the festival. But deep in the ocean, the sardines that are left behind must be conducting memorial service for those sardines that are caught by human beings. You know, I really enjoy the sashimi, raw fish. But after I encountered with this beautiful poem, the sardines that are left behind, having the memorial services for those sardines that are caught and eaten by the human being. You know, when I eat sashimi, I really have to put my hands so together and say, thank you very much, thank you. It's hard to eat, you know, if I hear this sardines having the funeral memorial service in the deep at the side of the ocean. So Shinran Shoji said, before he passed away, he said that when my physical life comes to an end, please myself in the river Kamogawa in Kyoto and feed the fish, because I was sustaining my life through the sacrifice of all the lives of the fish. 私が死んだら、鴨川に死骸を捨てて、魚の餌にしてちょうだい。 is a famous Shinran-shonist, but nobody throw his body in the river Kabuga. But the realization, something that you do not see, is always there. But be able to see that something that cannot be seen, the Mrs. Kaneko really beautifully found the realization in the teaching of the Nembutsu. I cannot see it, but Amida Buddha's compassion and the wisdom from the land of the Buddha always shining upon us. So these are the things that Shinran Shonin always remember. So Shinran Shonin says, at age of 4, see, father became the priest, left home. And at age of 8, Shinran Shonin's mother passed away. So Shinran Shonin, as you know, at the age of 9 years old, left home and went Mount Hiei and stayed there for 20 long years, until 29 years, studying Buddhism, practicing the Buddhism, everything that he had done. He said at the end of the 20 years, the more I study, the more I am being away from the peace of mind, peace of heart, being awakened to the teaching of the Buddha. The more and more I feel, I find myself incapable of doing anything. Then he met with the Master Honensho, Nembutsu teaching, Nam Amida Butsu, Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom, regardless of the people, regardless of the background you have, everyone is going to be same way, being given the opportunity to realize the oneness of the Buddha and yourself. So Shinran Shonin is one, something that you don't see it, still there, because of that, something that behind me. So the Japanese expression of the words, do you know, most Japanese are spoken by the Japanese people sometimes ago, but not anymore. But 3 words that spoken by the Japanese the most is Japanese words, okage-sama, mottai-nai, and arigato. Okage-sama, as you may know, okage-sama is thanks to the shade. The traveling, the person is walking in the desert, so hot for the desert, no shade, nothing. But finally he found all the tree, under all the tree, there was a little shade. So he went there under the little tree, and then, oh boy, this shade, thanks to this shade. Kage is shade, yeah, kage, okage-sama, because of this shade. Because of you, thanks to you, thanks to everyone. This is the okage-sama. And then mottai-nai. Mottai-nai sometimes translate its wrong way. Of course, its meaning there, but most mottai-nai, the Japanese expression, it's not don't waste. The mottai-nai became really, even among dancing, you have mottai-nai, mottai-nai, mottai-nai. Yeah, I mean, some people translate that don't waste, don't waste. It's mottai-nai, don't waste. You eat everything. Mottai-nai, tabe nokosu na. Yeah, don't leave anything. Mottai-nai, you eat everything. Don't waste. But mottai-nai, another meaning in the Japanese mottai-nai means I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not supposed to be the one who received this kind of grace and compassion. I am not worthy for this. Mottai-nai. Also in katajikenai, osore-oi, I am unworthy for this treatment. もったいない。But because of you, I am able to have this beautiful, beautiful life now. And then last words is arigato. Ari means being there. Aru is there. Yeah? 今日はたくさんの人がお参りがあって、みんな嬉しそうに帰って、私も今日は本当にありがたい。I'm so grateful that a lot of people came to attend the service and join everybody in Sangha. So grateful. ありがたい。あることが固い。It's so difficult to truly realize. ありがたいです。あることが固い。It's hard to exist. But because of you, thanks to you, these things are happening, existing. How grateful I am. That's ありがたい。So, おかげさま、もったいない、ありがとう。In the words of Chindachi, being hindered by the human passions, I cannot perceive the embracing light of the Amida Buddha, yet untiringly, the Buddha's compassion always shining up, guiding us. Every morning when I wake up, I see the open the door and then see the temple building. And the last 65 years of history, I can see and appreciate behind this temple building. Each and every one of you, your parents, grandparents, really worked so hard to give us this beautiful Buddhist Sangha. So behind this scene, let us remember there's something that you don't see it, but still there. Something that you don't see behind it sometimes become much important things for all of us. Today, I am truly grateful for this opportunity. And many, many more the memories and happy occasion, sad occasion we went through behind this beautiful temple, but all embraced in the name of the Buddha, Namo Amida Butsu. Let us remember when we eat sashimi, thank you for sacrificing your own life. We truly, truly grateful. I am not worthy for this treatment, but because of your sacrifice, I am truly enjoying it. All of our ancestors, Dharma, are so proud of each and every one of you to sustain the beautiful Buddhist Sangha in this Venice Honganji. That is the reason I cannot help. I have to put my hands together in Kansho and make a bow to this building of Venice Honganji whenever I went outside across the street from this temple. Thank you once again for your beautiful, beautiful contribution and help to this temple. And technicians are so good, so that surrounded by such wonderful technicians, I can see everything here. So a lot of people don't want to come to the church anymore. Just stay home and they attend one temple after another temple, another one. So you just stay here in your bedroom. Don't even change the clothes. No? Sometimes people just watch, not watch, don't show the picture on the name of yeah. But thank you again though, to bring up this Sangha to its needs for the people. You people really, really did help our Sangha going through difficult time of COVID-19 pandemic のありがとう。皆さん、もう一度合唱をお願いいたします。More numerous than the grains of sand on the banks of the river Ganges in India are the numbers of the Buddha. When I hear that they watch over us day and night. My heart is fully filled with joy and peace. Lady Takeko Kujo. Namma Mitamatsu. Namanda Avanda. Thank you very much, 皆さん。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Reverend George, for your message. It's amazing that every time I hear a message from you, I always learn something new. So thank you very much. We'll now have reading the six Paramitas. Paramitas. Hotoke sama no mikokoro ni tachikaerasete itadaite, 一つ今日一日、清らか眼温かいなせけ、つつましや楽な態度で暮らしましょう。一つ今日一日、腹を立てますまい。一つ今日一日、不平不足嘘を申しますまい。一つ今日一日、私の仕事に全人力を挙げて尽くさせていただきましょう。一つ今日一日、夜昼常に私を守らせたのを、御仏のご恩を喜ばせていただきましょう。一つ今日一日、ナモアミダ仏を唱えさせていただきましょう。Six Paramitas, turning our thoughts to the Buddha. Let us throughout the day live with clear eyes, warm hearts, and humble attitudes. Let us throughout the day not become angry. Let us throughout the day not utter words of discontent, dissatisfaction, and untruth. Let us throughout the day do our daily work with all our power. Let us throughout the day rejoice in the love and compassion of the Buddha, who is constantly watching over us day and night. Let us throughout the day repeat the holy name, Namo Amida Butsu. Promise. The Buddha is our eternal Father and Mother. The Buddha always keeps watch over us. We promise to listen to the teachings of the Buddha and perfect ourselves by following the Buddha's ideals. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
At this time, there will be announcements. Please unmute yourself if you have an announcement.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to thank the Girl Scout Troop 5325 for putting together this month's Donna deliveries. Thank you so much, Victoria Yamashita, for leading that and assembling all the bags yesterday. You guys will see they hand painted and made these beautiful bags. We'll post pictures on the temple website so everyone can see, but we appreciate your help and support. And thank you to the VJCC and Doris Noda, Judy Nawa, and Jane Matsuzaki for putting together little candy packets from the VJCC. We appreciate your help. And who else? Let's see. Last month, Gail, she made homemade cards for each member and included postage for everyone to send cards. So I just wanted to thank her again for doing that. And today we have a lot of helpers to deliver. The Boy Scout Troop 764, Cub Pack 79, Junior YBA, Sangha Initiative, and temple members helping. So we really appreciate all your help. And to everyone there at the temple helping out, thank you. Hope everyone enjoys. Have a good day.
For those listening that are going to be getting the packages, there's a special surprise. You'll be really, I wouldn't say surprised. It's a real nice package this time. So I'm not going to describe it, but it'll be a good package that you're receiving today. Anyone else? Okay, here we go.
May I have one
Hi.
announcement? I did mention last month when I was given the chance to speak at our temple, the 6 Paramitas, Roku Haramitsu, is all the Buddhist, Mahayana Buddhist practice that. But the version that this morning, like every Sunday, you decide Roku Haramitsu, 6 Paramita, is a translation of the Nimbam, former Nimbam Ryuye Masoka. And I mentioned that I did help the translate in English, checking the English with the Masoka's daughters. But at that time, Dr. Ken Yamaguchi, the son, Dr. Tom Yamaguchi, so beautifully tried to say Roku Haramitsu this morning. Yeah, Daddy also helped us to check the English, and I checked Japanese, so that this Roku Haramitsu is the Masoka and Yamaguchi and myself involved in making the Venice version of Roku Haramitsu. Roku Haramitsu is a common practice in the all Mahayana Buddhism, but this version is unique at Venice Honganji Buddhist Temple. You cannot hear it any other temple within the world, in the world. Yeah. So that's thank you very much. And also, the lady announced that all the packages that the Venice Honganji is giving to senior members, I am truly grateful that receiving all the goodies and important thing, and some I enjoy eating like cup noodle. These are the ones that during the pandemic stay home, you eat lots of noodles. No? But thank you. Today, like you said, Girl Scout is the one, or Boy Scout is the one doing it. Thank you very much for all the beautiful gesture of the dana and compassion. Arigato. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. I think we have a message from Jerry. Thank you, Reverend George, for being here this morning to lead the service. It was very enjoyable to see you once again. Just a reminder that there's no Tuesday morning service this week. Just some things going relative to Obon. There's still available, one sponsorship opportunity still available. You can go onto the website and do by gift letter, or you can do it in person by check. But please think about being a sponsor for this year's Obon. The Obon Marketplace, we still have the orders for the t-shirts and bags that are going on, so keep that in mind. It's getting, gosh, we're only about a month away. On June 20th, there will be a dads and grad service. Dharma School will provide the recognition of our graduates, and those attending can share a picture and a memory of their favorite dads during service. Tom, you want to make any announcements on the silent auction?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Our silent auction goes live this Saturday at 9 a.m. We have a lot of good prizes, such as a laptop, restaurant gift certificates, a lot of Sanrio merchandise, spa certificate. Again, it goes live 9 a.m. Saturday, but if you go onto the website, there's a graphic for Obon, and you can see a preview of the auction there. So that's it.
Thank you. Thanks to our crew this morning, Reverend George. Thank you for joining us in the service. It was a very inspirational to me sermon this morning. share with everyone one of my thoughts as growing up. What I can remember is first thing in the morning, my Jichan and my dad would go to the, what do you call it? Butsu. We had it in the front room, and if we were watching TV, the TV had to go off. And he recited Junidai every morning. And then even in the evening, they did the same thing. Everything closed down, TV off, and we recited Junidai again. It's just like, waking up in the morning, be thankful for what we have and appreciate the day. So I was just thinking to myself, I'm giving myself a challenge to see if I can continue with that. So that was a fond memory that I have. So thank you, Sensei.
We need lots of minister too.
I don't know about that. I'll help out in my present capacity.
Thank you.
Thank you to the crew, Tommy Nakagiri being our video person, John Ito Kansho and video, Joan Ito for being the producer for the service this morning. And thank you for allowing me to be your service chair for this morning. And thank you, Jerry. There's no other announcements. We'll conclude this morning's service with farewell and the reading of the benediction. Benediction. We surround all people and all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly do we send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Namo.
One last thank you is for Ranji for being our video person downstairs and being great at what he does. This is the conclusion of this morning's service. You can all now unmute and visit with each other and enjoy the rest of the day.
はい、this is the book that I introduced, the Misuzu's World of the Nembutsu, Kaneko Misuzu, born in Yamaguchi. It's a little museum, the memory of the Misuzu Kaneko. She left 3-year-old daughter and asking mother to take good care of the granddaughter. No? And this book is translated from Japanese by Mr. Ken Yokogawa of Los Angeles Betsy and Los Angeles Book Center. They do have this copy. So if you would like to have the copy of this, it's a very small book, and it shows heart of the Kaneko. You appreciate sashimi more than ever before if you read this one. Thank you again. Thank you very much.